Wacky Wednesday.
From a mile-high tennis court to spider goats and a man with half a head, we take a look at 20 photos you won't believe weren't photoshopped. Number 20. Skytop Tennis. This mile-high tennis match looks like some cheesy special effect from a Nike commercial, but no, it's just Dubai, whose entire economy seems to be based on building enormous things that exist only for the purpose of not making any sense whatsoever. Here you can see Andre Agassi and Roger Federer on top of the helipad located on top of the Burj Al Arab skyscraper. The ball boy for this game probably got a decent workout that day. Number 19. Water Drop Globe. Here's yet another one that would have been far easier just to Photoshop than to stage a complicated scene that merely results in something that still looks like Photoshop. The globe is a high-speed trick photograph taken by German photographer Markus Riljusz, capturing a drop of water in midair just as it passes in front of a map which is pinned to a wall in the background. I'm guessing it took more than one attempt to get this shot. Number 18. Wired Lamborghini. Now this looks like it's the result of hours upon hours spent by a teenager in his mother's basement producing some sort of computer-designed supercar. But it's really a life-sized Lamborghini Countach model made from orange wire. And from most angles it doesn't appear to look real. The artist was asked to create something that stood out from the crowd by the local Lamborghini dealership, and I think he did just that. Number 17. Miniature Man. If you're worried that this little guy has a rare genetic disorder, don't be. He's a normal-sized man, believe it or not. It's a scene by artist Jean Fortal, who creates scenes of giant people in tiny situations. It's done by building everything in the room to the completely wrong scale. Just for fun, the artist has an entire house that is built with everything on a giant scale, and then another entire house where it's all shrunken down to a fifth of its normal size. Number 16. Polka dot offices. This is another one that messes with your eyes the longer you stare at it, but if your gaze drifts down near the bottom, you can make out what you're seeing. A bunch of men in white hats. French police officers in their dress uniforms standing at attention during their graduation ceremony. Number 15. Spider goats. The Alpine ibex, a species of wild goat that live in the mountains of the European Alps, are seen here casually scaling a dam in Italy, and of course defying all laws of physics. Among their other superpowers of growing giant horns and being the only animal as likely to crap on your shoulder as a seagull. Number 14. Miniature Town. Michael Paul Smith is not actually a city-sized monster, he's just an extreme modeling enthusiast. He says each setup can take up to 1,000 hours of painstaking, meticulous detailing just to get the miniature town to appear as if it was real. From this angle, of course, you can see exactly how it's done. Number 13. Sea Checkers. The photo of perfectly square waves is from the Isle de Ré in France. And if you're looking for a simple explanation for how it happens, waves normally travel with the wind, and getting the effect you see here requires an extremely specific set of circumstances in which the wind shifts direction while the waves keep coming from another direction. Number 12. Beach Airport. This apparent disaster waiting to happen is on the island of Saint Martin in France. The airport has a short runway that ends just 40 feet from the beach, leaving large planes just barely enough room to land. So they have to come in low directly over the beach, making it a prime destination to relax in peace and serenity. Number 11. Black Hole House. Believe it or not, this actually isn't a picture of a black hole in a house. It's actually construction art that was created on a house that was scheduled to be knocked down. And it proved to be a very popular attraction to visitors of the town before it was pulled down. Number 10. Village Vortex. Now this looks like it's a city about to get drained out of a giant's bathtub. but it's actually a picture of the world's largest diamond mine outside Mirny in Russia. It's 525 meters deep and 1200 meters wide. The hole is so big in fact that the airspace above it was closed to helicopters, as there were several incidents of them being sucked in by the downward air. Number 9. Big Wendy. This cartoonish muscle dog goes by the name Wendy, a whippet with a genetic disorder causing ridiculous muscular growth. While Wendy's condition is sure to have many medical applications to various muscle development disorders, I'm still hoping she's casted in the next Terminator 5 movie alongside Arnie. Number 8. Most inconvenient checkerboard. Sometimes people spend their whole lives messing with other people, and the artist that painted this was no exception. The above hallway was painted by artist Felice Varini, who as far as I can tell has spent his entire career doing this sort of thing. Though it only works if you're standing in the exact right spot, as this is what it looks like from any other angle. Number 7. College room collage. This looks like it's 4 different pictures pasted together in Photoshop to create some sort of collage. However, by the look of the spoon coming out of the coffee mug, and if you trace the arm of that desk lamp, you'll find out that this is just a single photograph. Just take a look at it from a different angle and you can see just how it was done. You might even think that these college students have a little bit too much time on their hands. Number 6. Giant table. This humongous table and chair is a sculpture in England. The artist wanted to build a monument to the privacy and loneliness of writing. It was also rumored that this particular writer was in fact a giant that eats people on their bikes as they ride past. Nom nom. Number 5. Wacky waving seaweed. No, this isn't a picture of the biggest sea monster ever attacking surfers in the water, but merely a massive wave at high tide with loads and loads of seaweed in it. The photographer obviously taking this snap at exactly the right moment. Number 4. Melted building. Despite what it looks like, this isn't actually the result of a painter gone mad on acid. It's an abstract tarpaulin that was put on a building while it was under construction. Although approaching the building on a hot summer's day, you can imagine it appearing as if it was melting. Number 3. Giant rabbit. You probably can't tell if this is the most horrifying or most adorable thing you've ever seen. But the first terrifying detail is that, yes, it is in fact real. There's even a video of it online, and some people even think he feeds the rabbits steroids. Although this is just a species of giant grey bunnies that are bred by a guy in Germany for food. Number 2. Mustang wanted. Now, nothing about these few photos look real, for a number of reasons. Obviously, no human would suspend himself by his fingertips at what looks like 2,000 feet off the ground. But if you're scared of heights, get ready for your palms to start sweating, because this is an undoctored photo of a real stunt done with no safety harness. He's a Ukrainian man who goes by the name Mustang Wanted and apparently has balls of steel. Number 1. Half-head man. This unaltered mugshot appeared on the website of a Miami newspaper and immediately drew a torrent of comments screaming, fake. Not only is it not fake, but the guy in the photo appears to lead a normal life. Carlos Rodriguez lives life just like anyone else. The only difference is he has a headache every day.